Can I start? So, good morning to one and all. Good morning, myself, Dr. Abhiram Suri, Assistant Professor in Department of Arthashastra and Bashar Kalpana, Paral Institute of Ayurveda, Paral University, Gujarat. So, before starting today's session, I would like to thank our renowned speaker, Dr. Ravindra Angadi, sir, Professor and HOD, Department of Arthashastra and Bashar Kalpana, SDM Udupi, and respected Dean, sir, Dr. Hemant Hoshikane, sir, and respected Principal, sir, Dr. B.J. Kulkarni, sir, and all respected dignitaries. Before starting the session, I would like to give a brief about Dr. Angadi, sir. Sir was born on 7th August 1975 and he has completed his BMS from DGM Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Gadag, Karnataka, and he has also completed his MD from Dr. A.L.N. Rao Memorial Ayurvedic College, Koppa, and he has completed his PhD from SGM Ayurveda College, RGUHS Bangalore. And Sir has been working since 2003 at SGM Ayurvedic College, Udupi, and he's also having a pharmacy experience at SGM Ayurveda Pharmacy, Udupi. Sir has, Sir has published 40 different articles in international scientific journals, and he also has one research project of RGUHS. And Sir has attended as a guest speaker and has done 31 total paper presentations and has also as a guest speaker. Sir has published total 10 books in this particular field, and he has also having 5 articles which are published and has 3 research works as PhD guide. And Sir is also having around 30 students as PG students, and Sir is also a renowned PG guide, and Sir has attended over 50 seminars. So it's a pleasure to have you today on our session, sir. So, I would like to start today's session named as Role of Rasaushadhis in Cardiovascular Diseases. Before starting the session, I would like to start it with a prayer. Mam Mata Sarvabhutanam Pita Chaham Sanatanaha Dvayoscha Raso Devi Mahamaithana Sambhavaha Darshanat Sparshanat Tasya Bhakshanat Smaranat Priye Pujanat Rasadanascha Drishyate Shakvidam Phalam. So these are the 6 different types of phalas which we will be getting with Parada. I would like to take the pleasure of inviting Dr. Ravindra Angadi sir for starting today's session. So we can start the session now, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. At the outset, I would like to heartily thank the Principal Kulkarni sir, Dean sir, Toshikana sir, and the RSBK departmental staff for giving me this opportunity. When I was called very recently and was asked to speak on this role of Rasaushadhis in Rudroga, I was little hesitant because see the Rudroga case usually we hesitate to handle them in our clinics. But I have clinical experience of 16 years. I have seen some of the cases. As any, I am also poor in documenting, but I have clinical experience which I can share here a little. But before that, I feel that we people of Ayurveda should understand this. Share the screen. Screen should be shared, I think. Abhiram sir? Hello?
So I have started the screen sharing, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have many n number of classical references which speak about Hridroga. We have elaborate explanation which is going to speak about Hridroga. But the uncertainty of life and death situation in this disease condition of the patients make us worried about handling these cases. See the screen there. Global prevalence of Hridroga, if you are seeing, according to WHO report, worldwide, an estimated 17.9 million people. I am getting my voice back. Something wrong. Worldwide, an estimate of 17.9 million people die each year because of these Hridroga. Maybe contemporary sciences are looking after these Hridrogas rather than us. It can be AHT, coronary heart disease, myocardial infarction, left ventricular hypertrophy, rheumatic heart diseases, CCF, congestive cardiac failures, IHDs, heart diseases. So any of these, so with all these conditions, 17.9 million people die each year. Hello?
ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ದಾರೋ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅದಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಈಸಿದಾಗಿದ್ದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಬ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಈಗ 2 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ತುಂಬಬೇಕು ಅದರ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ
Sir, I think you have to mute all the audio. I am getting your voice here.
1 minute.
Hello?
Sir, it's muted, sir.
Yeah, now it's okay, sir. So much of noise was there. Now you are getting my voice?
Yes, sir. Now we are getting, sir.
Yes, sir. So I was telling, prevalence of Hridroga according to WHO report is 17.9 million people. Again there is some disturbance. 17.9 million people die each year because of these cardiac ailments. So this is going to indicate that the present system of contemporary medical sciences which is handling these cardiac ailments is not perfect. See then, why can't we look back to our science which has explained so much about these disease conditions? There are n number of formulations which are directly indicated for Hridroga. Why can't they be put to use? So as clinicians of Ayurveda, in our clinic, we hesitate to handle these cases of Hridroga. We directly refer them to someone else. There is truth also in that because there is a question of life and death situation for the patients. Very serious some conditions will be that we see during our internship period, during our PG period. In internship period, I'll share one experience. I was put to cardiac care unit, ICCU, intensive cardiac care unit. Daily morning I used to go take the BP and speak to the patients and do rounds. So then were like one bed, next bed, only around 1 meter distance. I took the BP of one patient, then I spoke to him. I asked whether he had breakfast and all that. Then I went to the next bed. I was taking BP there, and the fellow who was earlier to that patient coughed once or twice and he was gone. So this is the uncertainty that lies with cardiac ailments. That's why Ayurveda practitioners do not handle these cases as we do with other cases. So, but that may not be the reason for us. Even allopathic management of these Hridrogas, they are also not perfect. That's why this death rate is so much. See, 17.9 million people every year die because of these cardiac ailments. So when we look, that's why I feel that there is a need for us to understand this Hridroga all over again. We have to go back, touch upon them, maybe Kaya Chikitsa people, Roga Nidana people, and other people who are related with clinical sciences, clinical branches of Ayurveda, they keep on reading it. Maybe they are better than us, but we, Rashastra and Vaishyakalpana people cannot be bad practitioners. We can be always a good practitioners because we will have good knowledge about the medicines which we are preparing and which how they act and which where they are indicated. So with so much out of Chatushpadas, one is with us, the medicine is with us. So choosing the medicine wisely can be a blessing for graduate of RSBK, postgraduate of RSBK. So as an introductory part, I am going to tell here is, we have three marmas. Among these three marmas, Shira, Hridaya and Basti. Hridaya is one among them. That's going to prove the importance of this organ. And it is place for Dashadhamanis, Prana, Manas, Buddhi, Chena and Mahabhuta. So it is a junction place. So this also proves the importance of Hridaya. And these Rudrogas are counted under Astamahagadas. That also reveals its importance. And this Rudroga can be a Swatantra Vyadhi and it can be associated with other diseases also. That's why this is both Anubandha and Anubandhya Vyadhi. And this Rudroga can also appear as Upadrava. That's why it is a Nidanarthakara Roga. So this is introductory part to this one. And Rudrogas, according to Bruhatrayis, are of 5 categories, 5 types, categorized into 5 types. Go to the next slide. Yes, difference of opinion among different acharyas is very minimal here. All have counted it as 5. Vataja, Pittaja, Kaphaja, Sannipataja, Krimija, Rudroga, and they have explained about its Samanya and Vishesha Nidana, Samprapti, symptomatology and all that they have done. What I want to say here is, if we understand this Vataja, Pittaja, Kaphaja, Sannipataja, this one, Krimija, Rudroga very neatly, their Samanya Lakshanas and Vishesha Lakshanas, there itself we can choose the better medication for us. We have all the medications we have in our books, whether whichever the book is very near and dear to you, that you choose. Whether you choose Vaishya Ratnavali, whether you choose Rasaratna Samuchaya, Tarangini, Sharangadhara Samhita, Charaka Shushuta Vagbhatar, whichever book you want to choose, that you choose, you are going to get wonderful medicines out of that. So those tried and tested methods, classical preparations can be used here for treatment of these disease conditions. Then if we are going to Rudroga Nidana we have to understand, because Nidana Parivarjana itself is the treatment for the disease condition. The disease can be prevented also. And this Nidana in Rudroga is of 2 varieties, Samanya and Vishesha Nidana, they have said here. And that can be further classified as Aharaja Nidana, Viharaja Nidana, Manasika Nidana, Krita Nidana and Abhigataja Nidana. These types of Nidanas, all types of Nidanas are there. Among these, the important ones, we can understand what kind of Nidana it is, which are so relevant for us now. See, dietary factors, that is Aharaja Nidana, if you are taking up, go to the next slide. That is Apatarpaniya Nidana, Santarpaniya Nidana, it can be of 2 varieties. Apatarpaniya Nidana, if you are taking into consideration, see, it's very clearly said in the classical books that if the person is consuming Ruksha and Shushka Ahara, so this is done. This is done by many people to put down the weight and all. Many people are conscious now. If they are putting on weight, they start doing this. Ruksha and Shushka Ahara, Adhika Tiktarasa Sevana if the person is doing, patient is doing, Alpa Bhojana if it is done, Upavasa, Ati Vyayama if it is done. So all these conditions are going to vitiate the Vata dosha, and that is going to alter Snigdhata in Rakta Dhatu. This you understand. Rakta Dhatu is the prominent thing in these Rudrogas, and this is going to affect the Snigdhata of the Rakta Dhatu, and that leads to Sroto Kharatva, that is Dhamani Kharatva, and that may land up with coronary spasm. Coronary spasm in the sense sudden tightening of the muscles, spasm, and fibrillation may be there. That is tachycardia kind of situation patient may feel, and because of this dhamani kharatva, this coronospasm and fibrillation may be seen in the patients. Because the food which they are consuming, which we said earlier, ruksha, sukshma, that is shushka ahara, which they consume, that's going to lack the fatty acid. Fatty acid is avoided by the person. Then and other than fatty acids, antioxidants and such other deficiency will be there for them, and that is going to enhance the production of bad cholesterol, that is LDL. Oxidized LDL will be more, as a result of which patient may suffer with these conditions. And also because of malnutrition, because of the consumption of that kind of food items, deficiency of vitamin B6, vitamin B12, folate, because all this, cardiac walls may become thin and flabby. Flabby means soft and loose kind of muscles will be there, and that may lead to muscle atrophy. Apatarpaniya nidana, all these nidanas can be cut at the bud itself, and it can be corrected then and there. If we advise the patients who come to us with probable hridroga, then we can advise all these ahara for them, nidanakara ahara for them to avoid all that. Tarpaniya nidana, if you are continuing, intake of ushna, lavana, tikshna, kshara, katu ahara is going to bring in dravataha vruddhi in rakta. Dravataha vruddhi will be there in rakta, as a result of which acute thickening and inflammation of vessel walls may be there in the patients, and that is going to lead to arteritis. So this is apatarpaniya nidana. This can be avoided in the beginning itself. If we understand, if physicians understand this, we can carefully examine the patient, take the history and see what kind of foods they are taking. There only we can correct it. When nidana is corrected, half of the treatment is done. Further, we can go with any of our chosen medicines to correct the remaining part. And that is apatarpaniya nidana. Then if we come to santarpaniya nidana, this is also a big problem in our India. See, intake of atisnigdha, guru, madhura, pichila, ahara, that is done by us. Excessive intake of nava anna, nava madhya, tila, gudha, kshira, this is also done by many of our Indians. Atimatra bhojana, which leads to ajirna, maybe during lockdown period it is happening. Then achetana, this is also happening now. Nidra sukha, achintana, so all these, not giving much work to the brain, all this is going to happen. All this is going to lead to accumulation of excessive fat in our body. That condition which we get will. What is that sound? Sir, some sound is there. Abhiram sir, some sound I am getting.
It's a 1 minute, sir. We're sorting it out.
What? Whistle like sound.
So now it's okay, sir.
What was that?
Disturbance was there, sir.
Again. Now it's okay?
Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
See, santarpaniya nidana, consumption of all these kinds of foods will lead to hypercholesteremia, causing coronary artery diseases. See that? There is a plaque is going to build up. I think you have to go to the next slide. Earlier slide, santarpaniya nidana. Sir, go to earlier slide. earlier to this. Yes, this one, in this now. So hypercholesteremia may be there. That is dusta medat, which we call. A kind of plaque will be developed. See on the screen, a plaque will be developed in the artery, as a result of which there will be flow of blood will be affected. Patient will have all the symptoms which are associated with this. So that is going to lead to coronary artery disease, and excessive free fat acids in the tissue also will lead to arrhythmias in these conditions. So improper heartbeat will be there in the person. And if you are continuing with the disease factors, what are the disease factors which may lead to Hridroga? The persons who are emaciated due to many other disease conditions, it can be Jwara, prolonged Jwara if the patient has, Chherdi and Atisara, these may lead there to Hridroga. Will be more, these people will be more prone for Hridrogas, mainly due to reduced Vyadhikshamatva and Bala. And maybe because of, in Chherdi and Atisara, maybe because of dehydration, this heart will be affected. This reduced immunity may make way for infective cardiac disease conditions, that is infective carditis and rheumatic heart diseases. Such conditions may arise in these patients. And with in the patients who have diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes, it may be and type 1 diabetes, type 2 will more in number. Patients with diabetes mellitus, dhatu and ojokshaya will be there, as a result of which vata prakopa, vitiation of vata will be seen. That is going to lead to Hridroga. And in the patients who are suffering with sthaulya, excessive medo dhatu they will have, and that's going to cause avarodha of raktava srotas, and that is going to in turn affect Hridaya. So these are some of the disease factors which are going to land up with Hridroga. Then Agantuja conditions, if you are seeing, these cases we get very less because they will be admitted in emergency conditions. Then also Agantuja causes, if you are seeing, Hridaya is marma, we know that, and Abhighata to Hridaya marma, that will lead to Vata Prakopa, causing avarodha of Sthanika Rasadhatu and Raktadhatu. And that is going to produce Shotha, leading to Hridroga. And any of the traumatic cardiac injuries may also land up with these congestive cardiac failures. Contusion of cardiac arteries will lead to ischemic heart disease. Ischemia will be there, and as a result of which ischemic heart diseases may also be seen. And any other surgery done, any major surgery in the body may cause this myocardial infarction also. Then Shleshmaja krimi, in Krimijar Hridroga, Shleshmaja krimi, streptococci infection, similar kind of bacterial endocarditis can be seen, and this is also called as Agantuja because of the krimi which is there, which is going to affect Hridaya part here for us. Then mental factors, if you are considering, next one, mental factors that may lead to Hridroga for us, that is, this is more nowadays, Chinta, Bhaya, Krodha, Shoka, so all these conditions. So depression, anxiety, emotional stress. So maybe recently one Kannada film actor died because of cardiac failure. He was below 30. So what was the reason, we don't know, but cardiac failures are more in number, nowadays because of these mental factors. These manasika vikaras which we have which prevail may produce Hridroga due to vitiation of tridoshas and manovasrotas. And how to handle them is a big question for us. And all these factors alter the catecholamine and serotonin levels, lead to tachycardia, that is higher heartbeat, leading to coronary artery diseases and cardiac failure. So these are mental factors, few of the mental factors which can be counted here for Hridroga. Then if we come to Samanya Lakshanas of Hridroga, general symptoms of Hridroga, go to the next slide. And Srotas wise, there are different symptomatologies which we have to understand before we treat these disease conditions. Pranavaha Srotodushti Lakshana, Annavaha, Udakavaha, Raktavaha and Manovaha Srotodushti Lakshanas will be there. Pranavaha Srotodushti Lakshanas, if we are taking into consideration, whenever a patient comes to our clinic with the symptoms related with this, we have to carefully assess where he is going to be, we can put him in which of these conditions. Then Uroruja, Shwasa, Kasa, Hikka and Kaphotklesha. These can be common symptoms in other disease conditions also. These can be the symptoms which can relate with Hridroga also. Annavaha Srotodushti Lakshanas if we are taking, Asya Vairasya, Aruchi, Chardi and Trishna. These can also relate to cardiac disease condition. Then Udakavaha Srotodushti Lakshanas if you are taking, Kantha Shosha, Jiva Talu Shosha and Jiva Nirgamana. So dry tongue, these also may connect with Hridroga. That angle should also be looked into by the physician. And Raktavaha Srotodushti Lakshanas, Morcha, Pramoha, Vaivarnya and Manovaha Srotodushti Lakshanas like Unmada, Apasmara and Chittanasha. These can be directly related with cardiac ailments. That angle should be viewed by the physician to rule out that. And Hridroga Vishesha Lakshanas if we are speaking about, go to the next slide. Hridroga Vishesha Lakshanas, they will be categorized into three, that is Sthanika Vishesha Lakshanas, Anya Sthanika Lakshanas and Sarvadhika Lakshanas. Go to the next slide. Hridroga Vishesha Lakshanas can be Sthanika, Anya Sthanika and Sarvadhika. So these Lakshanas, if we are understanding better, then it will be easier to choose the medicine, which medicine we have to choose for that purpose. See, Vataja Hridroga if you are taking separately for consideration in case of Vishesha Lakshanas, see, because of this Shoshana of Rasadhatu, Kharatva in Rasavaha Srotas is going to lead to Vataja Hridroga. In this condition, Sthanika Lakshanas will be, beautifully it is said here, Tudyata, Todanavat Vedana, Bhidyata, Bhedanavat Vedana, Sphotyata, Spotanavat Vedana, Shunyata, see, Shunyata, a kind of numbness, Vishtana, tide-like situation of the heart, gripping-like situation, feeling of the patient, Stamba, heaviness, Vedana, pain, Daha, burning sensation. So in the cardiac region, all these symptoms can be seen and very neatly you can conclude it as Vataja Hridroga. And further you can evaluate, then come to the treatment part. Anyasthanika Lakshanas in Vataja Hridroga will be Swaravarodha and Shabda Asaishnuta will be the two major symptoms which can be seen in Vataja Hridroga. And even aged people will be there in our homes. So if we are understanding all these symptoms properly, when the symptoms arise in a person, definitely you can understand what's happening there in the person. So better we understand all these, read them again and understand all these. As the people of other branches, we don't touch upon these disease conditions and their symptoms and all. We just forget them. Only clinician or frequently they refer and keep them in their mind. And Sarvadahika Lakshanas, if you are looking, it can be Moha, Shoka, Bhaya, Alpanidra and Daha can be Sarvadahika Lakshanas in Vataja Hridroga patient. And all these symptomatologies are going to relate to coronary artery vasospasm and angina. So these conditions are going to relate to this, and Vataja Hridroga, if it is in the beginning only, if it is noted, then it can be effectively treated, maybe by us or by contemporary medical sciences, but understanding it is very important for the physician. Then if you are taking up the next one, that is Pittaja Hridroga. In Pittaja Hridroga, what's going to happen? See, Dushana of Rakta Dhatu and Mamsa Prapaka will be there in this disease condition, that is Pittaja Hridroga, and that is going to lead to Pittaja Hridroga. What Sthanika Lakshanas we are going to find here? Chosha, Daha, Tapa, Ekraha Pradesha are Sthanika Lakshanas, and Anyasthanika Lakshanas, if we are looking into, Amla Pitta will be the prominent complaint. Even patients in our clinic, Amla Pitta, little bit of Amla Pitta, when acidity will be there, they'll come and say that there is pain for me in the left side of the chest. there is radiating pain to the shoulders. So all the patients who come like this, no, they are manisika feeling they'll be having, and at the end we rule out that and find out that only amla pitta they have. For treating amla pitta, good medicines we have with. Usually I use Sudhashekara tea, which is the best medicine for that. Any other medicine can be used for that purpose. So Amla Pitta is Anyasthanika Lakshana, and Amla Pitta is Chardi. When Amla Pitta, next stage if we go, then Chardi they may develop. Then then Tikta Vakrata, that feeling of bitterness in the tongue will be there. These are Anyasthanika Lakshanas. And Sarvadahika Lakshanas in this Pittaja Rudroga, if you are saying, it can be Jvara, it can be Brahma, and it can be Sweda and Klama. And all these disease conditions are going to relate to myocarditis, endocarditis, pericarditis, and valvulitis. So these disease conditions can be resulted out of this Pittaja Rudroga. Lakshanas, these lakshanas can be related with these conditions of the heart. Then if we are going to the next one, that is Kapha Rudroga. In this Kapha Prakopa, because of the Ahara and Vihara which was mentioned earlier, Hridaya Pralepana will be there, as a result of which Dhamani Pratichaya and Kapha Rudroga will be the result of that. Then what Sthanika Lakshanas we are going to get here in Kapha Rudroga? Guruta will be there. Then Ashma Garbhavat feeling will be there for the patient, as if stone is kept in their chest. The patient will complain like that. Then Suptata will be there, Stabdata will be there, that is Stambhata will be there in the cardiac region. Then Anyasthanika Lakshanas, if you are looking into, this Chivana, Kasa, Kapha Praseka, Aruchi, Agnisada, Alasya, and Madhura Vakrata will be Anyasthanika Lakshanas which can be seen in this Kapha Rudroga. And Sarvadika Lakshanas are also there here, Tandra, Nidra and Jvara. Maybe for those who are practicing now, usually they find this kind of cases in their clinic. So it's not that all the cases will lead to Rudroga, but some percentage of these patients can lead us to Rudroga, and evaluations can be done, they can be referred, they can be treated, anything can be done by us. So all these Kapha Rudroga Lakshanas, Vishesha Lakshanas, are going to relate to atherosclerosis and CAD, that is coronary artery diseases. So we have to keep in our mind, then go further with the management of the case. Then Krimija Rudroga, if you are taking up, pathology here will be the Krimi. Krimi is going to eat up the Sthanika Dhatu, affect the Sthanika Dhatu and result in Krimija Rudroga. And Sthanika Lakshanas will be Toda. Suchi Bhireva Tudyamana is the word used in the classical books. Then Chidyamana is another word. Shastrena Chidyamana. So these are beautiful explanations which you find in Tika part. If you are reading, further explanation will be there, what kind of feeling the patient will have. So that those are all explained in our books. And Sthanika Kandu will also be there as Sthanika Lakshana here in Krimija Rudroga. Anyasthanika Lakshanas, if you are assessing, then it can be Aruchi, it can be Shavanetrata, paleness in the eye, Hrilasa, and Tamaha Pravesha. So these. So a patient, a kind of yarning they do, then they feel that they are feeling giddiness and all that. These symptoms can be seen commonly in clinics. Then Sarvadahika Lakshanas, if you are assessing, it can be Shosha and it can be Shotha. And this is going to relate to infective carditis. So here cardiac disease conditions, we on our own, if we are unable to handle also, we can take the help of contemporary medical experts. Then these cases can be very easily managed. And in our classical books, there are Upadravas also said. Rudroga Upadravas are also said. And it is only Shushruta Acharya who is going to speak about this. And he says that Avasada, Shosha and Brahma, these are Upadravas of Rudroga. So these can also be assessed by a physician. Acharya Charaka, Vagbhata and others are silent here in this area. Upadravas are not seen. And what I am trying to say here is whether it is CVS, CMI, CHD, VHD or any disease condition, all those can be brought under the umbrella of Pancha Rudrogas. Any of these, if we are reading any modern book text also to understand what these cardiovascular diseases, myocardial infarction, congestive cardiac failure, then left ventricular hypertrophy. So all these, if you are reading from modern textbook also, understand the symptomatology, then bring down and correlate them with the lakshanas which are explained under Pancha Rudrogas. In one or the other you can fit all these. So all these are going to come under Pancha Rudrogas. So assessment is very important here before we treat the patient. Then now I come to my part, that is herbo-mineral and mineral formulations in Rudroga. I told you in the beginning, any book which is near and dear to you, you choose. Any classical book. If you are taking alone, Vaishajya Ratnavali alone, Vaishajya Ratnavali book if you are taking alone, in that only if you are searching for Rudroga, as many as 145 yogas you are going to get which are directly indicated for Rudroga. So maybe, go to the next slide, maybe we will not be knowing these many number of yogas are there. Only we hear it from someone else what kind of yoga should be prescribed for Rudroga, Prabhakaravati, it can be Hridayarnava Rasa, which we learn, only those we will be remembering. But Vaishajya Ratnavali provides us with 140 yogas which can be effectively used for management of Rudroga. See, Sasyaka Bhasma is word is given there, but Sasyaka Bhasma is classically there, but Bhasma of Tutta we don't prepare, and Shuddha Sasyaka Churna can be used here for the purpose. Then Shuddha Gandhaka can be used here for, is indicated for Rudroga, and Shuddha Navadara, Shukti Bhasma I have used in my clinic. Then Lohasava, this can be effectively used. Every Ayurveda clinic will have this Lohasava with them. Pathadya Churna, Talisadi Gutika Churna, all those names I have written here which are there in Vaishajya Ratnavali. Then Vartaki Gutika, mineral and herbo mineral these are. Then Kushmanda Guda, Samasharkara Churna, Navayasa Loha, Kamalantaka Kamalantaka Loha, Talisadi Churna, Vasavaleha Brihat, third one. So that one, Vasavaleha, not the one which we ask, which is prepared by our students in a practical lab. So the different Vasavalehas are there. In that Vasavaleha Brihat, third one is there. That is also indicated for Rudroga. Then Chavanaprashavaleha. So different references are there for this. Chavanaprashavaleha is also indicated for Rudroga. Talisadi Churna, common preparation. Sitopaladi Talisadi, we keep on pronouncing this and giving this to the patient. But Talisadi Churna can be used to contain one symptom of this Rudroga. It is indicated, of course, in Rudroga, but how you are going to use it, where you are going to apply it, it is up to you. Talisadi Churna alone cannot do anything here, but that can be used as a medicine which can assist the other medicines here. A kind of synergistic action can be expected. These kind of medicines are used along with the main medicines which are put for a disease condition. That synergistic action can be provided by this Talisadi Churna. Then Chandramrita Rasa, Vasanta Tilaka Rasa, then Shwasa Kuthara Rasa. This I am using in my clinic since many years. Shwasa Kuthara Rasa here in Karavali Pradesha, coastal belt. Many patients do come with the complaint of Shwasa. Many people, a number of people come with the conditions, skin conditions. So here in this region, so associated with skin, this Shwasa will also be there. If it is there, that can be used. Shwasa Kuthara Rasa. Then Nagarjuna Abhra Rasa and Trayodashanga Gulu. This also I use in my clinic. Trayodashanga Gulu is indicated in Rudroga, that can be effectively used by us. Then continuing with Vaishajya Ratnavali, there is Pathadya Churna, Narikela Khanda Brihat. is there, Hingwadi Churna, then Lashuna Kshirapaka. Lashuna Kshirapaka, maybe it is not mineral or herbo mineral. So this Lashuna Kshirapaka can be a great anupana for the disease, for the main medicines which we give in case of Rudroga. Lashuna Kshirapaka. And it is indicated for Rudroga. You can, if you refer the shloka, you are going to find that word. Lashuna Kshirapaka is indicated. What Lashuna does, how it's going to act, how it's going to act on the fat inside the heart. The studies are there. Many papers are published on this. Lashuna Kshirapaka, not related with Rudroga, but other research papers are there upon this Lashuna and Lashuna Kshirapaka. Then Pravala Panchamritarasa, then Trayamanadi Grita, all these are also indicated for Rudroga. And some of the Grita yogas are there in Vaishya Ratnavali which are prominently indicated for Rudroga. Vallabha Grita, then Swadamstradi Grita, Baladi Grita, Arjuna Grita and Parthyadyarishta. See, these are there. So these can be used with other medications in a combination. If we are giving, that will be better. So these are general yogas which I was explaining. Now I come to Rudroga Adhikara, which is explained in Vaishya Ratnavali. In Vaishya Ratnavali, Rudroga Adhikara is there. To the earlier slide. Next one, next slide. Yes, Rudroga Adhikara is there. In this Rudroga Adhikara, you find many these yogas being explained. Usually what we do, we look into Rudroga Adhikara whenever we try to choose any medicine, but many medicines are there in other chapters also which are indicated here for Rudroga. See, Rudroga comes with many complications, then other medicines can also be effectively used by us. See, this Trinetra Rasa, Nagarjunabhra Rasa, Hridayarnava Rasa, then Prabhakaravati, this is quite famous. Prabhakaravati we prescribe here in our hospital. Chintamani Rasa, then Vishweshwara Rasa, Shankhavati, very effectively can be used, Shankhavati. So usually people of Rudroga will also come with the complaint of Amla Pitta. This Shankhavati can be used. Then Kalyana Sundara Rasa and Nakara Rasa. These are prominent yogas in Rudroga Adhikara of Vaishya Ratnavali, which can be effectively used by the physicians of Ayurveda for treating these Rudrogas. This is about Vaishya Ratnavali. If you are taking another book, that is, 1 minute. If you are taking another book which is very user friendly, very easy to read and understand, that is Sharangadhara Samhita, if you are taking into consideration. Sharangadhara Samhita, I feel, is the person who writes these yogas very in easy terminology. Shlokas will also be easy to understand. So Sharangadhara Samhita can be referred by us for these yogas. See, Dashamula Kvata, Sudarshana Churna, Lavangadi Churna, Mahakhandava Churna, Narayana Churna, Tritayadi Churna, Shuntyadi Churna, all these churnas which I have listed here are directly indicated for Rudroga. Maybe we will not be knowing this. We will be behind the yogas which companies bring out, patent medicines and all. So these are classical preparations which can be utilized by us. At least looked into what they are, contain. So where they are indicated, how they may act. With this curiosity, if we are going ahead with these classical books, so you get beautiful yogas. Tell you some of the textbook kind of cases you are going to get in your clinic if you are practicing. So myself, we are not regular full-time practitioners. We are academicians. Only in the evening practice we have. In that itself, for more than 15 years of evening practice, I have seen many cases. I have tried treating these cases. But for full day practitioners, it can be these books can be source of medicine. So any medicine they can choose. See Yavani Khandava Churna, Lavana Churna, Navayasa Churna, Kankayanavati. Chavanprashavaleha is explained here in Sharangadhara Samhita. It is there in Charaka Samhita also. Method of preparation is same, but some of the ingredients are different in this. So little bit of indications are also, little changes are there. So those changes, excluding those, everything is same with this Chavanprashavaleha. Kasi Sadigrita, Lohasava, Khadirarishta, Rohitakarishta, all these find indication for Rudroga. They are indicated for Rudroga. Then Rastarangini is another book which is clinician friendly it is. See, in Rastarangini they speak about Amayika Prayogas. How a medicine can be used, with what it should be given, in which doses it has to be given. Very beautifully it comes in this Rastarangini. At the end of every chapter, Rastarangini is a recent book. See, Rastarangini very beautifully explains about how the medicine has to be administered. When I compare Rastarangini and Rasaratna Samuchaya, I feel Rastarangini is more pragmatic than Rasaratna Samuchaya. So this is very user friendly. Even clinicians, there is a demand for this Rastarangini book amongst the clinicians. They have studied BAMS some earlier days, but they keep the Rastarangini in their clinic. So Rastarangini in the name of Amayuka Prayoga is going to give us beautiful remedies. See this Abhraka Bhasma, while explaining Abhraka Bhasma, Amayuka Prayoga, they are going to give this shloka for us. Abram Kajjaliko Petam Arjuna Kwatha Bhavitam. Very easy. That is Abhraka Bhasma. Kajjali you are taking in 1:1 ratio. One bhavana with Arjuna Kwatha. Maybe you can go ahead with 3 bhavanas or 7 bhavanas to make it more potent. So one bhavana with Arjuna Kwatha it has to be given. So where it is indicated, Krimijam Shleshmikam va api vinihanti hridamayam. See, Krimija Rudroga, Shleshmika Rudroga. In these conditions, this Abhraka Bhasma can be effectively used. Abhraka Bhasma doses we have to look into. Then Kajjali combined, you have to decide the dose. It's the physician who is going to decide the dose on the ground. Disease condition, strength of the patient, age of the patient, many factors are there which are going to influence the dose fixation. All those should be looked into, and then in a suitable dose, this Abhraka Bhasma, if it is administered to the patient for the stipulated period of time, that can give us a good result. Next one you see, I told you Shukti I have used in my clinic. Shukti Amayika Prayoga. This only I referred. And I have treated a case with this. That is Shukti Amayika Prayoga. What is this? Very simple. See, Shukti Bhasma we are taking along with Amalaki Churna we are taking. Shukti Bhasma of Dudh Papeshwar I took, then Amalaki Churna, this Himalaya drug company people bring it now, Churna in different individual drug Churnas. Those two I took. Then with Kakamachi Swarasa it has to be administered. I tried advising patient about Kakamachi Swarasa. It is grown on the hedges here. So if they get it with Kakamachi Swarasa, warm water also if advising, this will be a great benefit for the patients. See, Dhatri Churnanvitaha Shuktihi Kakamachi Rasena Vaihi. Dhatri Churna is Churna, Shukti Bhasma and Kakamachi Rasena Vaihi. Along with Kakamachi, Shilita tu Achiradeva. Shilita means by following these medicines, giving these medicines in Rudroga. Shilita tu Achiradeva. Achiradeva in the sense within no time, immediately. Vinihanti Hridamayam. This is the meaning of the shloka. So Vinihanti Hridamayam in the sense, don't take it for granted that everything will be done, corrected within no time. But this medicine can be a great benefit for us when we are treating such cases. So give it. What is the harm in that? Shukti Bhasma and Amalaki Churna, keep giving it for the patient. Observe it for after 1 week, 1 month, 2 months. Then what improvement you are going to find in the symptomatology of the disease conditions. If the patient is already taking allopathic medicines, let them continue with the allopathic medicines. Along with that, if we are giving our medicines here, that can be a synergistic action which is going to be exerted by both the medicines of allopathy and Ayurveda. Benefit will be to the patients. So this kind of simple Amayika Prayogas are there in this textbook. They can be referred and put to use. Referring and writing in the examination is something else. So everybody is going to get through BAMS, MD, PhD, that doesn't matter. But how well we are going to utilize them in our clinic, there only we are serving the society. So this is another one which is very interesting. See, take this Yavakshara, another one which is explained in Tarangini, Rasa Tarangini. See, it is not only in Rudroga, Gulma, Shula, Kasa, Shwasa, on all these conditions, Yavakshara along with Dashamula Kwatha and Saindhava Lavana, if you are putting for the patient, if it is used for a period of time, then it will be of great help to the patient. Dashamula Kashayena Yavaksharaha Sa Saindhavaha. Very simple combination. See, Dashamula Kwatha will be there with us. Dashamula, it is available in the market. It can be ordered. Dashamula Arista will have with us. That can also be used. And Yavakshara, little bit of Yavakshara which is added with that. Then Saindhava Lavana which is added with that. Yavakshara in which quantity you have to refer it and add depending on the disease condition. Then Dashamula Kashayena Yavakshara Sa Saindhavaha Gulmam Shulam cha Rudrogam Kasam Shwasancha Nashayet. Rudroga. Maybe it is not only indicated for Rudroga, other disease conditions are also there. But this Amayuka Prayoga can be utilized by us for treating Rudroga conditions. At least to comfort the patients, we can use these medicines. Then in Rastarangini, you get another one, that is Hridayarnava Rasa. This Hridayarnava Rasa is famously used by many people. It is prescribed. Maybe its name is so catchy that when Rudroga comes in Hridayarnava Rasa, they remember. So that's why prescription of this Hridayarnava Rasa will be more. What this Hridayarnava Rasa contains? See, Samagandhaka Kajali. Kajali can be prepared with Samagandha, Dviguna Gandha, Triguna, Chaturguna, Panchaguna and Shadguna Gandhaka, Balijarita Parada will be there. This Samagandhaka Kajali, if it is prepared, that is taken one part. Then Amriti Kuta Tamra Bhasma. Tamra Bhasma, two parts. One part of this Kajali and two parts of Tamra Bhasma if you are taking. That is triturated with Trifla Kashaya and Kakamachi Swarasa. And pills, that is quarter rati pills are prepared out of it, 31 milligrams. And it can be provided given in the form of churna also, if you are dose making, if you are knowing, and then dividing it into different doses packets, it can be done. Or pills which are available in the market, they can be used. And this is indicated for all kinds of Hridrogas. Kajali Dvigunam Tamram Mrittika Krita Uttamam. Then Varavaram Kakamachi Dravyen Parimardayet. Then Vatika Karayed Vaidyo Raktika Pada Sammitam. That is, quarter rati pill has to be prepared. Hridayarnava Saugno Ayam Raso Rudroga Nashanaha. So broadly they indicate for Rudroga, and this Hridayarnava Rasa is prescribed more, and that can be utilized by us. So then two examples I am going to give you where I have treated the cases. So this, I told in the beginning, we are all poor in documentation. In the beginning, we didn't do anything. Recently, very recently, when we were asked to publish the papers, then research works, PhD came in and all that, then we are aware of documenting all the cases which we treat in our clinic. But earlier, like anybody else, we were also very careless about documentation and all, and that has costed us much to the field of Ayurveda, for all of us in the field. See, these papers I hand it over to the patients, then I ask them to bring it back, and I have copied it and given it. He was a patient named Ganapati, 62 years, and he is retired now, works in a coconut farm he has, there he works. In my area only he is, he regularly visits my clinic, and on 2018 case it is. And he was under medication for diabetes mellitus and hypertension, and he came with the complaints of radiating pain at the left shoulder heaviness in the thoracic region, shortness of breath. These are common symptoms with which they come. If severe pain is there, they won't come to your clinic. They'll directly go to cardiologist. Some minor symptoms, if they are there, they'll come to any Ayurveda clinic. In the beginning, what I did was I had put him on Swasakutara Rasa, Sutta Shekaravati means, then Trayodashanga Gugulu. These three things I had put on him. Then I asked him to go for ECG and consult a cardiologist. Then he came back again. He went to a cardiologist later when I advised, and he went to a famous hospital in Arne. Go to the next slide. In Udupi, and there he was diagnosed with CABG, that is coronary artery bypass grafting. He was advised. Go to the next slide. Next slide. Yes, he was advised with CABG, and no, that date has to be changed. In CABG, he was prescribed with these medications. Ecosprin he was put on, one antihypertensive he was put on, and this is the recent reading of that. Then go to the next slide. He was diagnosed with arterial blockage at a famous hospital in Udupi, and radiating pain was still there, and 2 months later he has undergone that treatment, and occasional pain was there, and at times it used to be more frequent, and he was on allopathic medication, and later on the maybe 3rd month after consulting him, I had put him on Prabhakaravati, Trayodashanga Gugulu, I replaced Prabhakaravati, Soothshekar Rasa was there before meals for taking, then Arjuna Arista 30 ml BD after food. I had put on all these medicines for him, along with earlier medication. He was taking all these. Then what happened? See, so this is Prabhakaravati, which is explained in the classical books. See, Swarnamakshika Basma, Loha Basma, Abhraka Basma, Omshalochana, Shilajatu. So all these, one part, and Bhavana Dravya will be Arjuna Kwatha, 7 Bhavanas will be given. So a pill of 250 milligrams, Dvirati, will be there, and that was administered twice daily along with honey to this patient. See, reference is from Vaishajratnavali. Makshikam, Lauham Abrancha, Tugakshiri, Shilajatu, Tugakshiri is Omshalochana, Kshiptva, Khallodare, Paschad, Bhavayet, Parthavarina, that is Arjuna Kwatha, Parthavarina, Valladvaya. Valladvaya is the dosage which is said in the classical books. That will be too high for us to use this. Valla, Trigunjo, Valla Uchyate. One Valla is 3 Gunjas. Rasavaishya people doing that. 3 Gunjas, and Valladvaya means 6 Gunjas of this dosage. That will be more. You can bring it down. Physician is free to do that. So you can bring down the dosage accordingly. You can use it. Then Valladvaya mitam kuryad vatim chaya vishoshitam. That is dried well in shade. Then Prabhakaravati say I am Rudrogan Nikhilan Jayet. Akhila Nikhila word you understand. Say Nikhila in the sense all kinds of Rudrogas. All Pancha Rudrogas can be managed with this Prabhakaravati. Very clearly it is mentioned in the classical books. So this Prabhakaravati I had prescribed to that patient. Then what happened? See, Prabhakaravati next, after giving it for 1 TID for 1 month, I reduced it to 1 PD. And then in February 2019, it was 1 OD I did, and then I stopped it, and I continued with Soothshekaravati and Arjuna Arista. And in this course of medication, the frequency with which he used to get the pain and radiating pain and all other symptoms said earlier got reduced. He was feeling better with the medicine, and the acidity which he used to get with allopathic medicines was also improving, and symptomatically, that is subjectively, the patient was feeling better with these medicines. So repetition, the medicine was repeated, that is Soothshekaravati and Arjuna Arista were repeated for many days, maybe in 6th month of last year. So I stopped the medication, but Soothshekaravati was given because of gastritis and all. And now Once in a while he comes to my clinic for other conditions, not for this, but he is better with this. But he is on medication. The allopathy people have also reduced the medicines. They have kept him on Ecosprin only, and other medicines are stopped by them. But patient felt better with our medication. Here it's very difficult for us to claim that our medicines alone have worked. So it is allopathy medicine and the Ayurveda medicines which we have given. So patients can feel better. So that's why synergistic action is exerted whenever our medicines are given. So this is the ECG reading, recent ECG reading. This is normal. Very recent one. Earlier it was not there with him. This is the one which he provided me. So ECG reading which is normal. See, normal ECG. He is fine now. After medication and all, he's fine now. So his works, food habits and all. Whenever he comes to my clinic, I have advised him what kind of food which will be beneficial for your cardiac disease condition. So with that, he was comfortable. He has changed some of his food habits. Now he is quite happy with the medication. So then another case, if you are taking up. So this is a textbook kind of case I had. So this ECG was normal here, but the symptomatology were there. Then with our medicine only, without any no allopathic medicine, they got cured. The patient when she came to me, this is lady. When she came to me, she's in our area only. Her daughter works in our hospital as nurse assistant. So these people, all family comes to me. I'm their family physician. So when she came to me, she came with the complaint of acidity, severe acidity. So that acidity, earlier also she used to come. I used to give some medicines for acidity and all that. But one day when she came with acidity, she complained of pain and heaviness in the chest region, total, and back pain and all many other complaints were there. And occasional breathlessness was earlier also she had, and now also it was there. And this pain in the chest region was the primary thing. And when ECG was advised, she went for a checkup and ECG was normal. Then I was free to treat her. When nothing, no cardiac specific involvement is not there, we are free to treat her. Then I chose this Shukti Bhasma. So patients, they have confidence in me. Whatever kind of medicines I advise them, if I ask them to take, divide and take, then make packets and then measure it and then take, they'll be taking it. Shukti Bhasma 250 milligrams and Amalaki Churna 250 milligrams with Swarasa, or else with warm water, it can be advised. So packets we made in my clinic only, both we mixed it and then measured it, and then different packets we make. Then that locking, so plastics will be there. No, in that I packed it and it was given. Maybe in October, it was last year, we started the treatment. Then month-wise the condition started improving. Earlier the frequency of getting this pain and uneasiness was very high, but later with this medication she started feeling better. See the classical reference for this which I chose, from where I chose this combination. See, Shukti Bhasma 2 Rati, Amalaki Churna 2 Ratis, equal quantity, and Kakamachi Swarasa is the reference which we are finding here. Dhatri Churnanvitaha Shukti, Kakamachi Rasena Vaihi. This I have said earlier in Vaishya, this one. Rastarangini, from that it is taken. Shilitatu Achiradeva Vinihanti Radamayam. Then Shukti Bhasma properties, if we are saying, in Rastarangini only you are going to get it. Shuktika Shula Shamani. See? Bhasma, why I chose? This is prominently Shula Shamani. Shuktika Shula Shamani Hridamaya Vinashini. What kind of Shula? Hridaya Shula. Directly they are indicating Shukti. See, Shuktika Shula Shamani Hridamaya Vinashini. Snigdha Rucha Shwasahara. See, Shwasa also I have in this condition. Snigdha Rucha. Patient is lean. Patient is underweight. See, Snigdha I need. Rucha, Shwasahara, Deepani, Madhura, Mataha. So that's why I said this is textbook kind of case for me. So whenever such kind of cases comes, if we have the idea of what yogas are there in our classical books, it is easily you can zero in and choose one. Choose one which is very suitable in that disease condition. So this is Shuktika Shulashamani Hridamaya Vinashini Snigdha Rucha Shwasahara Deepani Madhura Mataha. This is another case which I was very happy with after treating. So these symptoms and all, no conditions. Occasional breathlessness, seasonal variation because of that. Go to the next slide. All other earlier symptoms have come down, and occasional breathlessness only she is having, and with that she is fine. She'll be on and off. Once in a while she'll come and pick that Shwasa Kuthara Rasa and other medications, Vasakasava and all such. So she'll be better with this. So then, these are two examples which I have quoted, which if you are a practitioner, don't depend on any rules which are set earlier. What I advise you people is, open the book, see the symptomatology, see the symptoms in your patient, try to choose a medicine. You pave the way, try to choose a medicine which is suitable for you, which is available for you, which is feasible for the patient. Taking all this into consideration, any of these classical formulations can be chosen and they can be advised to your patient. So do it as a trial and error method. Don't think that you are going to do everything, clean up, cure everything here. As a trial and error method, you start doing it. When you find the results, you gain confidence in you. As a practitioner, I am telling you, you may begin practice. You might have to practice. You might be practicing now. So do this. Classical formulations you pick. So all these classical formulations are brought out into the market by one or the other company. All companies are not bringing out patent medicines. So these classical formulations are also brought out by majority of these companies. Doodh Papeshwar is there, which is going to bring out all kinds of basmas and rasaushadis, and many other pharmacies are there. So those can be readily tested by us, and if you have the facility to prepare the medicine on your own in your clinic, do not hesitate. So that will be the best option for us. So in Kerala, they do it. Kerala practitioners, they prepare the medicine on their own. See why Kerala Ayurveda, then Kerala practice of Ayurveda. People from all over the world, they go to Kerala to take the treatment of Ayurveda. Why this happens? Because those people prepare the medicines in their backyard. Majority of them I have seen, with their clinic, they'll have a setup behind to prepare the medicines. Kashayam, Sarasaushadis, all those they prepare. So when we prepare the medicine on our own and administer it to the patients, so better results can be obtained. And these company products will also be GMP, they will also be GMP certified companies. The medicines which we get will be up to the standard. They can also be used by us, and with any of these medicines, if we comfort at least few patients of Hridroga, then our practice will be a successful one. So how these rasaushadis are going to act upon, in general I am going to speak about it. Then these rasaushadis which we give are going to establish equilibrium in sthanika dosha. So Ayurvedic concept, if you are taking into consideration, it is again vitiation of doshas and dhatu in the in Hridaya. That is, equilibrium has to be reinstated into this in this part. That is, these medicines are going to establish equilibrium in sthanika dosha, and they reinstate the much desired stability in sthanika dhatu. Rasa dhatu and rakta dhatu and mamsa dhatu are the one which are prominently affected here. So sthanika dhatu will also be brought to equilibrium stage. Then these rasaushadis does the work of rasa ayana, that is rasayana like activity they do. So when immunity falls down, the patient will be affected with these Hridrogas. In maintaining immunity is additional work done by these rasaushadis along with the prominent work which they do on Hridroga. And when they are administered with other allopathic medicines, usually the patients of cardiac ailment, they do come to you after with the medications which are prescribed by a cardiologist, allopathic cardiologist. If they are taking allopathic medicines or also no problem. If the patient agrees, you can give your medicine. If they have confidence in you, they take your medicines also. Along with allopathic medicines, when our medicines are given, there will be synergistic action. So as a result of that, patients are going to feel better. This is another work which is done by these formulations which we choose, Rasaushadhis which we choose, provide symptomatic relief depending on the medicine and even adjuvant which we select. See, adjuvant, no need of going to for adjuvant which is not indicated for Hridroga. There are many liquids which are indicated for Hridroga. Just I was listing out. From Bhaishaj Ratnavali only 145 yogas are there. In that, many liquid formulations are there which are indicated for Hridroga. They can be taken as Anupana instead of taking the other one which is not indicated. So that's why referring these classical yogas is important. Then subjectively the patient is going to feel better with our medication. Earlier they used to take allopathic medicines no, when they take our medicines along with that, subjectively they start feeling better. Amla pitta wise and other conditions, they start feeling better. And with prolonged use of our medicines, as they are rasayanas, they are going to safeguard the cardiac health. One more thing which I would like to add here is, this Hridroga aspect is the one which is least touched upon by our Ayurvedic fraternity. If we are listing out all research projects, research articles on this Hridroga, they are the minimal number of these publications and articles you are going, research works you are going to find on this Hridroga. So it is the one which we have given up, hopes we have given up. So if we are getting any patient in our clinic, it's better to try out any of these medicines and try to find out some or the other rescue for the patient. We can help the patient in all possible ways with our medicines. So with this, what all the references I have books I have referred. So these are the books from which I have taken the material for presentation. And these two cases which I presented, other than this, many cases are there, the documents have gone. So with that confidence I am telling, any of these medicines can be beneficial for your patients. So with this I would like to thank again the principal and the dean for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all. Thank you one and all. I would like to wait for any queries which come from your side.
Thank you so much, sir. So that was a wonderful presentation, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there are a few questions, sir, by our viewers.
Yes.
So what will be the limitations of Rasaushadhis to treat the cardiovascular diseases?
Limitations.
Yes, sir.
So limitations are, see, to treat any cardiovascular diseases, limitations are there with us. See, we cannot claim that only our medicine can cure the disease condition which is present in the patient. So that is the primary limitation we have. We cannot claim it. See, whenever we try to claim it, we say that our formulations are time tested. We say that they have been used by our acharyas upon these Hridrogas, but we do not get the platform to prove it now. See, if you want to study, take up a clinical study, taking a medicine, you want to take a medicine, test a medicine, and you want to do the clinical study. See, experimental study, then the studies, toxicological studies we are doing. Clinical study, if we try to do, then from where you get the medicine? For patients. That is the biggest limitation we have. We don't get patients there to treat the patients and for results, to find out the results of clinical study. That is our limitation. That is the primary limitation, and when it comes to the efficacy of our medicines, they are more efficacious, but how to prove it is the question. So that is the primary limitation we have. Maybe we need major institutions like ours, yours, to take up this issue. Maybe we need governing bodies to fund our research projects. Maybe we need CCRA people to to take up these studies and do the clinical study. Once the clinical study is done and the medicine is proved better, significant results you get out of it, then that medicine can be used by any of us, not only us, Ayurveda people, allopathy people, anybody can use it. So this is the primary limitation we have with these Rasaushadhis in case of cardiology. See, if other patients we get many, we are going to put them for use clinical study and all. But in this case, Hridroga patients getting them and studying them in IPD level is very difficult.
Another question is, any life-saving treatment is available in these kinds of cardiovascular conditions? Any emergency treatment of Rasaushadhis can be given or not? If can be given, what will be the medicine names?
What kind of emergency they say? Emergency can be of anything. Cardiac, respiratory, many kinds of emergencies.
Yes, sir.
What kind of emergency they mean? See, when there is perspiration in the patient, when there is tachycardia in the patient, see, when there is perspiration and tachycardia in this patient, suppose if the patient is on your table, examination table in your clinic, you are getting my, then there is perspiration and tachycardia, then giddiness, if all those conditions are there, how best your emergency conditions, that's what we have to prove. There are some medicines which are indicated for that. We have not tested them, tried and tested, rule is not there. Like allopathy, if they give this injection, then it will be all right. So that is not there with us. We are in the beginning stage. So these medicines which are said for any of these conditions can be put to clinical use, only then we can say that. Then it's now at present it is difficult for managing these emergency conditions. That's why they don't come to you. First point, they go to any other cardiologist, then they come to you. If you are finding out these primary symptoms of Hridroga, that is cardiac involvement also, you are going to refer it and then get it tested for ECG and other evaluations, and then you start with your medicine. So we are playing a supporting role here. Our role is not the prominent one. Supporting role we are playing. In this supporting role itself, we can comfort the patients to the maximum extent from our side. So managing emergency conditions is beyond our level. So just don't dare to do it if you know that consumer court and all that, many complications will be there later. It comes to your head. Better manage the cases which are easy for us to do. So that much only can be done. I'm not getting your voice. No. Voice I am getting.
Is our Rasaushadhis are helpful in any kind of blockage conditions? And if yes, what will be the choice of medicines?
Any medicine that contains Kshara and Lavana, understand me, any medicine that contains Kshara and Lavana prominently in them, they are going to remove the block in a long period of time. These Kshara and Lavana are Sukshma Srotogami. So these medicines, Kshara, Yavakshara I was speaking about, Sarjakshara is indicated for that condition. If Kshara and Lavana cases, if you have compound formulations, if you are choosing, choose them. Choose them. They are going to help you along with allopathic medicines. If you are giving this, then blockage and all. If it is surgical case, they are not going to come to you. Surgery, they get it done. If the case is very minimal, then symptoms are very minimal, then with Kshara Dravya, it will be tried.
Another question is Rasaushadhis safe in pregnant women suffering from cardiac pathologies, cardiac diseases?
We have not tested it. We have not tested it. Rasaushadhis are not given in pregnant women. Maybe we have apprehensions with that. many apprehensions are there. That's what again I say. These apprehensions are to be cleared by clinical studies. See, Garbhapala Rasa is there. For example, I'll tell you, Garbhapala Rasa is there. That is readily prescribed in our hospital for pregnant women. Garbhapala Rasa.
Yes, sir.
So this is a Rasa Ushadhi. It is given in pregnant ladies, and results are encouraging also. There was a study taken a few years back in our institution with Garbhapala Rasa in pregnant ladies. But when that is used, why can't we use this? We are not using them. That's why we don't know. So clinical studies can clear the air for us, and all our apprehensions will be addressed when we try doing it.
So one last question is, what will be the probable mode of action? What will be the probable mode of action of our Rasaushadhis in the treatment of cardiovascular diseases? How our medicines can be working?
One slide I had, no, for that full
Yes,
slide
sir.
I had. See on Ayurvedic grounds I am going to explain. When you get this question in your mind, your mind will be mixed up with allopathic management and Ayurveda management. Don't go to the allopathic side. Think on the grounds of Ayurveda. What dosha, what dhatu affected in Hridaya part. So what our drugs are going to do, properties our drugs have, gunataha what they are. See, gunataha what has gone wrong in the cardiac region, gunataha for what our drugs are going to stand. If you connect the bridge between both, you'll get the answer. That is the simplest thing. See,
Okay, sir.
Dravataha Ruddhi I said about Rakta Dhatu. Dravataha, what guna we have here, Shushta guna we have here in the drug. See, these drugs, opposite properties. Never forget the properties of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, which you study in first BAMS. See, gunas which they are there for the drugs, properties of the drugs. Then if they are bringing them together, if you bridging them together, you will get answer for this. Probable mode of action can be written in many pages. So this is the simplest thing. Overall, I was telling, these our drugs are going to establish the equilibrium in the three doshas, sthanika doshas, and the stability they are going to bring in sthanika dhatu. So how it is done, this is again by gunas. What gunas have gone wrong, what our drugs stand for. If these are bridged up, then you get probable mode of action of our medicine or any other medicine for that matter, Ayurvedic medicines.
So one last question is, what will be the choice of medicines in rheumatic heart diseases? Choice of medicine in rheumatic heart disease.
Rheumatic heart diseases,
Yes.
I prefer to choosing Trayodashanga Gugulu.
Yes.
Along with that, any of them can be put. Arjuna Arista or any Rasaushadhis which I was naming, anything can be put. Trayodashanga Gugulu is the one which I prefer in these cases. So they are helpful here, very helpful. Trayodashanga Gugulu is indicated for Rudroga, and we have Gugulu in that, which is for known for these joint pains and all that. So Trayodashanga Gugulu, along with any of the medicines, a beautiful combination you can make by choosing the medicines here. So depending on the case, condition, ability of the patient and all that, so this can be open. Sir, tell me.
That's it. Before concluding, sir, I would like to thank you so much, sir, Ravindra Angade, sir, so for this wonderful contributions to the field of Rasasana and Vaishajya Gantana, and by writing many books which are very much helpful for both PGs and UGs, sir. In fact, I have studied your books a lot, like Rasatarangini and also. And I would like to thank Dr. Hemant Thoshikane, sir, and Dr. B.J. Kulkarni, sir, and Dr. Anita Madam for giving this opportunity for me to be the part of this session. Thank you so much, sir. And the tomorrow's session will be of Dola of Rasaushadhis in Pain Management by Dr. Sashikumar Nachal, sir, and we'll be starting at around 11 a.m. Please stay tuned.
Okay, let me thank your people first.
Sir.
Kulkarni sir, who are in our campus 2 days earlier. So I thank you heartily for this opportunity. Dean sir, Tulshikane sir, and the staff of RSBK department, thank you one and all. Thank you, Abhiram sir. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you.